Recording in progress. Hello, our beautiful guest, Tracy Griffiths.
Good morning.
Hi. Good
How are you?
morning, my dear. Good morning, Isabel.
Good morning, honey. And before we forget, because Rich is very much in, please subscribe and share and ring that little bell if you want all the updates, and that helps the channel and help us help others. And it's a part of the what YouTube likes, and we want to be good girls for now.
Yes, we are. I'm really excited about today's podcast because we have some
Mm,
new things that
mm.
I'm being introduced to that I have never done before. So I'm really excited for Tracy to go over a specific process with us called memory resolution technique. So we're going to be doing that in this podcast. But before we go there, I want to just let you know who Tracy is so that you have more of a feel for this human being that we're with right now. So let me read her little bio. Tracy Griffiths is the founder of Aroma Yoga, a transformative practice that blends yoga, breathwork, energy medicine, and therapeutic essential oils to support deeper healing and embodiment. With over 3 decades of experience in polarity therapy, cranial sacral work, aromatherapy, and somatic healing. Ooh, we've got lots to talk about. Tracy co-directs the Life Energy Institute and teaches worldwide. Her mission is to help people feel balanced, connected, and empowered in the body, mind, and spirit. So that is our Tracy.
Yep.
So,
We met at SRF, Self-Realization Fellowship,
oh yeah,
almost for decades almost. Yeah.
Yep. Long
Yep.
time.
40
Long time.
years ago.
Yes. I don't know about 40 as well. I think we met in 90, I'm going to say like 96.
Oh
90,
yeah.
96, 97. So that,
Yeah.
yeah, that's almost 40 years. Whoop.
Yeah. Because I was in the school. I know before you came
Third.
in the school, but I was there in the school before
Yeah.
with your honey, with Gary Strauss, that people loved in the other post. And yeah, so we've been tracking along and growing together for so long now.
Yeah.
What was that class that you were both doing?
Well, we were in many classes, polarity therapy and
Right.
Mm.
cranial sacral therapy. So cranial sacral and learning how to help people with helping them connect into their own wisdom,
I see.
their body's wisdom through gentle touch and counseling, and we do some wacky things, huh, Isabel?
I know. I
It's
know.
so
And it's
fun.
so funny, Trace, because now that I've been doing to implement what I do with shamanism meets dream builder and all that. And, in the school, I'm in the clinical part of it, and they call it rapport. Well, we call it reflective listening. And it all comes into like the same,
Hmm.
intertwined, right? It's so lovely. Yeah, and it really
Well,
helped me.
yeah, and that's what everything I do is intertwined. It comes from
Hmm.
polarity therapy, which is in itself a synthesis of Ayurvedic and astrology and Chinese medicine and chiropractic and nutrition. Like, so in and of itself, it's a
Yeah,
combination of many different
yeah.
modalities.
And the Hermetic, which is
Yeah,
so old.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So ancient things that we're
Right.
utilizing,
Mm.
like man's first medicine, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
how did it, if you don't mind explaining to me, how did Aroma Yoga come around? And just tell us a little bit about your journey, Tracy.
Sure, sure. So being a healing arts practitioner, usually I work one-on-one with people and I teach polarity therapy for people who want to be practitioners. So I am like spreading it out there too,
Right.
not just one-on-one. Um, I was in, there's a saying, I'm going to really give you this story. There's this saying, what you do on New Year's Day colors your whole year. It's like,
Okay.
that like it's like a special day and like you're making an imprint of what you want to see happen, whether you're conscious of it or not. I think that's where the story will start. So I'd been practicing yoga, doing polarity therapy, cranial-sacral therapy, and I've been working with Young Living essential oils for many, many years, many years. And I went to my favorite New Year's Day yoga class with
Mm.
my favorite teacher. And she said, "Hey, do you have any frankincense or anything that you could share during the final pose Shavasana just to like, make it a little sweeter, a little special for this New
Yeah.
Year's?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course, I'd love to." So it's time, and I have everyone give me their left palm, and they put a drop, and they breathe it in, and they finally settle into the final pose. And we both, my friend and I, watched the room just go, like we felt this depth and this other, maybe not otherworldly, but it was a palpable moment of a shift.
Yeah.
And we were both like, wow, this is cool. So that started it. And so we started teaching workshops together. And I wasn't calling it aroma yoga. And then cut to like a couple months later, I was facilitating at this really big event in New Orleans. It was called Super Love B Day, and it was Eve Ensler's 10th anniversary of the Vagina Monologues.
Oh, cool.
And it was a weekend that honored the women who survived Katrina, the Hurricane Katrina. And women who lost their homes, they lost everything, were like invited to come to this 2-day symposium, like weekend of healing for women. And Jane Fonda was there, Gabriella Roth was there. There were like all these like heavy hitter, like empowerment women, Donna Karen. And Donna Karen, Rodney Yee, Colleen Sedman Yee, and I, and a couple other like people were put together to make this wellness suite. And we gave people Reiki, and they did yoga, and we did aromatherapy. And I had like 12 other aromatherapy friends with me, and we served about 3,000 people in 2 days. However, some of the women that came in, they were like, "I don't want to do yoga. I just want to be pampered. I want to be taken care of." So I don't know if you know who Rodney Yee is.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he and his wife were leading the yoga, and he said, "Tracy, come in here with your oils and give everyone oils in this room because like they didn't really want to be there, but the essential oils gave this sense of like a spa or
Yes.
like this something special once again." And we were both like, wow, like we saw this again happen. And so I was like, Rod, you want to write a book, Aroma Yoga? And he was like, he wasn't interested. And so I said, all right, I'll do it myself. So Aroma Yoga was born out of being implemented and watching the effects. And because of my polarity background, so Aroma Yoga is based on energy exercises, which are based in polarity therapy, which are based in the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether.
Okay.
And so these moves are married, put them together with specific scents that correlate to the elements, to our emotions that go with those elements.
Yeah.
And it's the system that's already created and then infiltrating, I should say, diffusing the sense of scent inside of the movement practices, just bring a whole nother level of
Yeah.
response to what we're doing.
That makes so much sense to me. I was just talking with Tracy earlier, and I was saying all the years I've been doing yoga, I've never really implemented, the sense of smell, like the oils or anything like that. And I can totally see how it can take you to a different place.
Yes,
So
it's instant.
utilizing maybe oils for your heart chakra, or do
Mhm.
you involve the chakras, or is it
Oh
just
yes.
specific
Oh
asanas?
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's the elements. I know
Yeah.
Isabel wants to say something. Go ahead, Isabel.
The amygdala, right? The brain
Yeah.
is huge. The olfactory is right here.
Yeah.
To program something in a memory, like say this, right now, and even when with our real chef catering, I make sure that is aromas and things that they connect the crews to their homes and memories of like home. That's the only time in the film industry that you connect with home, like the smell of vanilla or the smell of cinnamon. Oh, my grandmother, or, Thanksgiving, Christmas, which I am in love with Christmas spirit. I'm like the soap, everything, Christmas spirit. It's so important, that connection in the brain and the memory.
Perfect segue. That's what we're going to do today. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, can I say a little something
Yes.
about
sure.
so so the earth element, our first chakra, it's about safety and stability and
Yeah.
certainty. And
Mm,
it's each element is correlated to a sense. The earth element is connected to our sense of smell.
Right.
And when you have this feeling of home, that's like a sound of safety, right? That's like, oh, home. Ah.
Yeah.
And
mm,
animals, humans are animals, we survive through our sense of smell. Like if we smell smoke, we know there's danger. If we open up something in the refrigerator, what's the first thing you do? You smell it to see if it's good or not to keep you safe.
right.
It's how you identified your mother when you were a baby. And one of the things that I would love for you to give to your podcast universe is a link to a YouTube video of a rattlesnake saving, no, a rattlesnake coming through the territory of a ground squirrel and her babies.
Uh-huh.
And the ground squirrel is protecting herself from this rattlesnake by finding sloughed off rattlesnake skin. She puts it in her mouth, she chews it up, she smears it all over herself and her babies, and that takes the focus off of the squirrel scent. And the rattlesnake is like, what happened to the squirrels? Like
Uh-huh.
he can't smell the she whoever can't smell the squirrels anymore because they've been coded to masquerade as a rattlesnake.
That's so
Wow.
cool.
And so I can't believe I found that video. It was like amazing. When I first saw it, I was like, this is incredible. How did she know how to do that? So your
Right.
sense of smell is the fastest. It goes right to, you have your olfactory bulb, but it goes right back to the part of the brain called the
Mm,
amygdala.
Mhm.
mm,
And that's where all of our emotional memories are stored.
Mhm.
So when you smell like breaking bread, baking bread, or cookies or something, like
mm,
you have a memory. But
Mhm.
that can go either way. You can have
Mhm.
a memory that is triggered by a sense of smell that's a traumatic memory.
Yeah.
And and I'm going to use the word manipulate. We're manipulating our memories intentionally with this process called the emotional resolution technique.
Mhm.
So we can, have something that, just is bothering us, something from the past. Like it just like keeps catching you and you're like, why am I not done with this? And you don't even know why. It doesn't even matter, but there's a charge to it still. And we
mm,
can lessen the charge and like uncouple a memory that's, I don't want to use that word, I'll use that one later. But we can decrease the charge with scent. We can shift and create or have another memory that's a happy memory with scent, and then we can anchor it. And we can use essential oils to anchor like positive experiences.
Mhm.
So there's so much untapped. However, more and more therapists are using the essential oils and realizing the power of our sense of smell.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, and I think it's just, we're just scratching the surface of how we could be utilizing our sense of smell for wellness. I mean, I think we're just at the beginning, and it's so old, it's primal.
Yeah. Yeah. I can totally.
amazing. Because yesterday we had our dear Amanda Reed, and she vice president of Chopra Center for Deepak, and she does all that. But anyway, she was talking about the different Ayurvedic systems. She works with dogs and cats.
Hmm.
and
And
plants,
plants.
which I didn't know the Ayurvedic the ways to help plants. I was like, well, that's a trip. And Amanda mentioned oils for the different that, and I would love for you both, yeah, because the animal planet is so, and when the animal turns in different modalities and we aid them to shift a kapha that is out of alignment or balance or whatever, all the doshas, that affects the owner.
Mm-hmm.
It right away does that to the owner. And by using the oils, I thought right away, I said, ah, the owner is going to, the mama pet, whatever, papa pet is going to open this. By that is an intention. That intention with that oil is a connection for the human and the animal. I was like, this is brilliant. I'm going to tell Tracy
Mhm.
because definitely I can connect you guys because I think it's a powerful thing because people don't do many things for themselves, but they will do it for the animal.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
interesting.
by that, we communicate the power of all of this too to the human. Yeah, because she was talking about diffusing lavender for and diffuse frankincense. She mentioned all these oils that she includes in the regimens. So I'm
Cool.
gonna get with her to introduce it to the young living, because to me, that I know this and I adore Gary no, you Gary, but Gary Young.
Mhm.
Well, I love him too. But anyway, they're so well done. They're so clean. And I appreciate other people trying to do things. If they're in integrity, bless them. If not, the earth is going to bite them in the tutu. But because I've seen how they produce them, how they use the plant to as a pesticide. No, they don't. How they steam them, how the pressure, how they have empowered tribes and people all over the world, created schools. Also, he sent me to 3 countries to speak about the oil. Not that I knew much, but I give it a go. Talking is not my problem, as Tracy knows. But to the magnificent in Provence, all the lavender fields, where is the best part to grow. I
Mm.
mean, these oils to me are my life, and I use them every day. You know, they're a gift from Mama Earth, and her children. Come on, get it together, people. Let's do it.
They're like my best friends, and I love this sound. Like just the sound of like, oh, my little oils. Yeah, they're
Oh,
my best friends.
oh, I'm gonna
Um,
do that too. Yeah, but they're like just amazing. Joy is incredible.
Okay, so Tracy,
yes.
what do you do if you don't have the Young Living oils available on hand to do this kind of work that you're talking
Okay,
about?
great. So Isabel just said a lot about where essential oils come from. So we just decided, well, let's show everyone what you can do just in case you don't have the essential oils yet.
Mm.
So if you have a lemon or an orange, just scratching the
Mm.
surface
Cool.
will release the essential oil. And this actually, any citrus, it's the rind that's cold pressed, and that's what creates the essential oil.
It's beautiful.
So, and lemon is very cleansing, it's very clean, very familiar. There we go.
Hmm.
So this is something that you can do. I would say for the third step of what we're going to do. So put
Okay.
that the first step. If you have a lavender sprig, I saw that you had some lavender, like dried lavender. I don't have any fresh lavender, but something that's sweet. It could be a rose, some kind of flower. It could be maybe some vanilla from your
Yeah.
kitchen. You
Oh,
could try
like
that.
cinnamon sticks, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
Oh,
was trying to go for something sweet.
we're going sweet. Okay.
Okay. And
Cinnamon.
then for the final one, that would be like your cinnamon sticks or
Okay.
some rosemary or pine. These are a little more punchy. They've
I
got a
see.
little more
Yeah.
jazz to them.
Yes.
So that's just in case you don't have anything. You'll be able to follow along
Okay.
with your olfactory. So
Okay.
that's some ideas for you.
Mm.
So for this memory release technique, there are specific blends, and that was, one of the things that Isabel was talking about. Joy is one of them. There's three essential oils that go in this concoction called the memory release blend. And what that is stress away.
Okay.
And stress away it's a blend in its own right. It's ocotea, it's vanilla, cedarwood, lavender. Maybe there's some ylang ylang in here. I don't think so. Cobaiba. And so
oh,
this is a blend that was actually created for nurses in the ER.
Mm.
Like, so Gary Young was very, very, very particular about what he blended and why. Like, he had an intention behind everything. So, the memory release blend is the stress away with lavender
Mm.
with frankincense.
Oh, powerhouse. I love
And
frankincense.
so, lavender, we say she's the queen of essential
Okay.
oils, and everything from head to toe. Kind of like the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. Great. I
Okay.
leave it by my bedside, and if I wake up in the
yeah,
middle of the night, I just put lavender all over me, like I did last night, and I felt
Very
that was me.
kindly sent me
yeah,
some. Thank you.
So,
yeah.
and frankincense is the king, and the king of essential oils, another, from head to toe situation. Frankincense is like a sacred oil. It's very grounding, it's very calming. It helps give you like focus
Mm.
without like a lot of stimulation. It's very grounding. So this is the
Amazing,
trio.
right?
Yeah.
So the sacred, Mama, the sacred frankincense different?
It's from a different. It's sacred frankincense is from a different species of Boswellian tree. So,
Ah,
but you can use that as well.
yeah,
So this is your Ooh, sorry. This is your
amazing.
memory release blend, and
Okay.
it's a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. So that's what you have in your little bottle
Yes. Thank
that Tori has,
you.
and you have those, Isabel. So what I
Yeah.
do, because I teach a lot and I share a lot, I make the blend in its own bottle. So,
Oh,
and that's a
brilliant.
1 to 1 to 1 ratio. So once an empty bottle happens, but if you don't have that, you could put a drop of each on a pad. So that's what we're going to do first. Then the second oil is inner child. So
Okay.
not yet with the pad, not yet with the pad. That's okay. That's okay. I just wanted to explain all the oils. So inner child's the third step, and
Right.
this is like a sweet floral citrus.
Okay.
It's so good.
So this is like so fun. All right. I
Oh,
have a
it's
lot of stories
so
about inner child.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and then the last one is believe.
Okay.
And that would be believe is like a lot of tree oils. It's got like a grounded yet uplifting scent. Yeah,
Yes,
very
definitely.
fresh. Okay, so
Mama, before you forget, because you're on your wavelength, but I remember something from the beginning that I'm 40 years with these people. The people say sometimes, "Ooh, I don't know about that smell." I learned from Gary that it's the one that they really need.
hmm, I've
Oh,
heard that. I've heard that. Like that you can have an aversion to an oil and go like,
Right.
that's not for me. I have those days. Like sometimes like that is not for me today. And
Right.
I honor that. Sometimes like I don't love joy. It's way too sweet for me.
Right.
However, when I diffuse it or it's been on my skin for a little while, then I really like it. So
Yeah.
it'll shift as time goes on.
mm,
When I'm sharing essential oils with people and they're a client or I'm working with someone in a hospital, and if they don't like an oil, I won't use it. I'll just say, let's do something that you like. I'm not going to force something on you. I want you to have a great experience and to honor that. So that's how I work that, for myself is different. And, I want people to enjoy
Right.
and experiment and be curious. And there are some times like an essential oil, I'm like, this doesn't do it for me today. Or one that usually does it, I'm like, oh, I really love this today. So it depends. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So, just a couple of safety things before we go on.
Okay.
I'll be instructing you to put a drop on your left palm. And when you rub your palms together, don't get your fingertips in the mix. Just be really gentle because if you have essential oils on your fingertips and you like move hair out of your eye, you don't want to get oils in your eyes, obviously. So just be mindful of that. If you want to put them on the pad and just bring it close to you,
Mm,
great. We'll be taking our time through this, and I'll be quiet at some moment. So it's just for you to have the experience and go inside and be with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Um, any amount situation. So if you're here and you don't like it, you can be here. You can just navigate that way. And I think that's all. I want to honor Gary Young. He's, behind the scenes here of Young Living Essential Oils, and I feel like he's looking after us and looking after me. He was a great guy, and I
mm,
really respect what he's given to us
mm,
here. So thank you for letting me share this with you. And then
mm.
I want to honor um, Benjamin. Oh my gosh, Dr. Benjamin. I have his book over there. Benjamin Purkis. He created this technique called the memory release technique, and it's part of a system called the Aroma Freedom technique, which I'm a certified practitioner of. And so this is his work as well. So I just want to honor those two.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So before we start anything, just kind of wiggle a bit and shifting gears. So this is for you. Yeah, settling in and noticing what you notice. And just to again implement this memory release technique is a 3-step process that will hopefully support you in letting go of something, a memory, a time that you would like to not have such a hold over you anymore. Something you'd like to let go of and um, heal, if you will, release. So we know what the oils are, and um, my request is for you, if it's okay for you, to close your eyes and think of what you would like to release, what you would like to let go of. And I'm not going to ask you what it is, it's your own internal moment. But once you've got the thing, it could have been something from a long, long time ago. It could be something you've been working with in your process and you'd like a little more support around. It could be something that happened yesterday. And once you've identified the memory you want to work with, just say, I got it.
I got it.
Great. And notice how you're feeling when you tune into that. Just like notice how you feel, an emotion. And if there was one word that would capture that feeling, the source that word, what's that word? One word, and I'll count to 3 and you get to say your word out loud, like just the feeling of it. 1, 2, 3.
Anxiety.
Embarrassed.
Okay. I'm just honoring that. And ask yourself how intense that feeling is for you from 0 to 10, 10 being like off, like way up there. 0 is like not so much. So between 0 and 10, how intense does that feeling feel to you?
10.
Yeah, me too. 10.
Okay, great. So just honoring that. And um, when you're tuning into that, notice if there's a place in your body where that registers.
Mm,
Is there a feeling in your body where you are
yeah.
becoming aware of when you
Mhm.
think of your 10 and that feeling. And where is that in your body? Just say the place.
Liver.
Mine's in my root chakra.
Okay. So just honor that. So this part's a little, hollow. So see if you can let this feeling grow. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but just let the feeling of that sensation, that feeling, let it get bigger. Just allow it to get a little more heightened, if you will. And see if there's anything that you're noticing about that memory that might be coming to light. Like maybe you remembered what you were wearing, or
Mm.
where were you, and who was there, and were you sitting, were you standing? Like what other details? Just let it come through you. And
Mhm.
if it gets to be too much, you can navigate. I'm trusting your self-regulation. Good. So now that you've got all that, now take your memory release blend, or that's something sweet from your garden or your kitchen, put it on a pad or put it in your palms. I'm going to put mine in my palm. And stay with your memory, stay with the feeling as you rub your palms together. Settle back and bring the scent toward your nose and continually inhale your essential oils into the memory. Allow the scent to penetrate through your olfactory bulb into the center of your brain. You can aim it to the picture in your mind of that memory. Just keep breathing, receiving the scent, watching what happens. Noticing the rate of your breath, how big of a breath you're giving yourself. Can you aim that scent to that part of your body where you registered that feeling? Keep breathing. I'm going to go for another 20 seconds and I'll be quiet so you have this time to explore. A few more breaths. And as you're ready, if you feel like there's still more for you, by all means, continue. And if you feel like, okay, this is a good place to pause, you can release your hands. And notice what's true now. Maybe we'll just notice. And once again, you'll rate the intensity of the feelings that we started with. So see if there's what's true now in that scale of 0 to 10, how you're feeling about this memory or what you're noticing. Just,
0.
well,
I'm on like a 7.
great. So you went down. That's wonderful. So you can honor that, there's a little shift, there's a big shift and a little shift.
Mhm.
And we can always go back to this same memory. We won't do it right now. However, it's okay to work with the same memories.
Mhm.
They shift.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see layering it would work,
Yeah.
you know?
So we'll
Hmm.
move on to step 2. So, and I don't, and someone brought this to my attention. I just did a women's yoga retreat. We did this exercise with another technique I do called trauma release exercise. And they noticed that I didn't keep you in, you didn't keep us in that horrible memory very long. You went right to, here we go, find a memory that you were like in love. you were having a great time. You were feeling empowered. Maybe something from your childhood if you can find it. So go ahead and see if you can find something in a memory where you were feeling strong, you were feeling optimistic, you were feeling your potency. Just find something that, when you think about it, it brings a smile to your face when you can go there. And when you find it, just say you got it.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. I'll just share, like, one of my favorite childhood memories is being on a swing and being really high on the swing and then jumping off the swing. I just love that. So that's how simple it can be. So you've got that great memory, and we're gonna grab our inner child now. And we will breathe the inner child into the memory. So yes, you can layer in your palms, or you could put on a, it will definitely, like, override what you just did with your memory release in your palms. Go ahead, rub your palms together and breathe the memory release into that memory. And we'll be here for a good 45 seconds to a minute. And watch what happens. We're reconnecting to a time of feeling great, being empowered and enthusiastic, excited, possibility. Another 15 seconds. I'm watching the time. Don't worry about it. And if you want a little more, by all means, go ahead. And when you feel complete, you can lower your hands and go back and check in a little bit to see how you're doing.
That one's yummy.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Whoa.
And
very different.
maybe, like, if you have a feeling in your body, or you have a sense of, like, that memory to, like, what's true now in your life, like, you've got an anchor. You've got something that connects you to that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Yeah, that's so smart.
good.
Like your
Okay, and
body
then
reacts very different to the different oils.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Last step, creating a future focus. So now you're going to think of something, and this is, don't smell your oil yet. This is where your believe comes in. By the way, if you were following along, that middle one would have been like a citrus,
Mm-hmm.
and that this last one, believe, has more of a pungent scent. So we'll use that. Creating a future focus. So now think of something that, when you have that image in your mind, or you think of that person, place, or thing, you feel a sense of strength. You feel power. It could be like, oh, a majestic mountain, and you just go, wow, that's an incredible, like, image of strength. It could be a person. When you think of them, you go, wow, they've got some rasa that I want, or maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's a time in your life where you felt really empowered and strong. So find that memory, or find that image, I should say, of a feeling of strength. And when you have it, grab your believe, and we will anchor, connect, believe to that image of strength.
And you said you could use pine or something else for this.
Pine, I have eucalyptus. No, not, I don't have rosemary.
Rosemary.
Eucalyptus would be great too, but something that's like a tree, or it gives you, like, this grounded. Yeah, rosemary would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Sage does it for me.
sage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's breathe it in. Find your image of strength, and we'll give it a minute. Notice what happens in your body and your feeling to the image, perhaps. And if you're really enjoying this, you want to stay there a little longer, you can. And if you're feeling like you're coming to completion,
Mm.
you can release your hands and come back. And I'd love to hear just how are you doing
Mm.
from that? Like we went on a little ride.
Yeah, the different energies were clear in the fragrances. The blends are really good as far as um if you didn't if you didn't have any cues, what your body would naturally respond to, I think. Does that make sense? Like you said, for the memory release, the different notes in the smells, I don't know, connected for me to like root chakra, like that grounding kind of feeling. And then the second one was really energizing inner child, but it was like an exciting kind of smell in the body, like you said,
Mhm.
where it's more positive. And then the last one was definitely more like earthy, like the pine or the rosemary, like that rooted, like
Mm.
grounded tree kind of
Yeah.
like smell. So
Hmm.
good.
Yeah. Great. And because there's so many possibilities with, what do you use for this or that? It's there's a lot of other oils that we could have used. I like using these three. They're actually six oils because of the memory release blend. The memory release blend is kind of tried and true. Like even without giving my clients a prompt, when I use that blend, they have an experience of like releasing
Mm.
and dropping in even more or being even more present in the sessions that when I'm working with people without even taking people through this whole process. So maybe that answers your question a little bit too.
Yeah,
It's like there's an influence, and yes, you are being guided, and I am giving you prompts, and even without them, we have those experiences that
those
can help us
natural
feel more
reactions.
grounded or more, lighter or more,
Right.
whatever it is that
And
that can.
something that Cory said, she mentioned in her phrase frequency, which is how I started with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frequency that it goes on with the different smells. Where do we get to? That what are frequencies that we match in or that we needed to upgrade
Mm-hmm.
or attached to that they're being dialed down by whatever emotion or whatever. And especially now that people are a little anxious about change, because for most people, since you and I do that work, Cory, getting out of the comfort zone is kind of scary, or it brings stuff.
Mm-hmm. I love that you just brought that up. There's another part of this process called, I mentioned it before, called the aroma freedom technique.
Yeah.
Mm,
And where the client or, you take yourself through this technique and it's goal oriented. It's like, what do I want to accomplish? What would I like to manifest? Why am I not there yet? Wherever there is, but like maybe it's a business or inside a relationship or a health project, something, and it helps uncover the unconscious fears that you don't even know are like why you're not getting where
Mhm.
you're getting. So it helps uncover those things and lessen them with this similar kind of way. So then you're free. You have that freedom to pursue without the baggage or
Yeah.
dragging around your past. So you can step into your future free.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
And
Yeah.
And also, by the sounds of that, it's like you don't necessarily have to know what it is that's blocking you.
No, not at all. But you can like these memories like come up and you're like, well, I didn't even think of that. Or
Yeah.
a scent comes up and you have an instant memory. Like, how
Yeah.
did that happen? I
Yeah.
wanted to share this one little story that I shared with Cory earlier. And I just think this is so fascinating. Utilizing essential oils in our practice for professionals. So I picked up this book when I was in an airport in Iceland called What Happened to You? And this is by Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And it's conversations on trauma, resilience, and healing. And I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be a great book for the flight home. And
Mm.
I'm going through this book and I'm really like leaning into it. And there's a story that Dr. Perry shares where he works with at-risk youth, kids that have been thrown around in the foster system, who have behavioral issues, medical issues. Um, they just have a lot of things that are challenging.
Yeah.
And there was one particular story in here where he's talking about a young boy who was, through all this, a lot of abuse, and he's finally like getting settled in his school and he's doing well and getting settled in this new foster home. He's doing well. And there was a substitute teacher that came in, this other teacher, male, and there wasn't any like weird exchange, but like the child started regressing in his behaviors and his anxiety and his medical conditions. Like things were going the wrong way. And Dr. Perry figured out it was the scent of this substitute teacher's deodorant
Mm.
was the same deodorant that this little boy's abuser wore.
Wow.
He
Mm-hmm.
figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, so like to like get with how powerful our sense of smell
Yeah.
is in our behaviorals that are unconscious, we don't even know,
Mm-hmm.
but we can like be open to having a new experience
Right.
with these techniques. And one other thing I'll share, here in Los Angeles, as you know, we went through big fires January 7th, and I have lots of friends who are like therapists, chaplains of different organizations, healers, whatnot. So my one friend, she's a chaplain at a long care term place, motion picture television fund. Um, Long story. Anyway, she went to go to one of the hubs where people were going to get resourced after the fire. Like they lost everything. And there was like, support teams for, mental health and, emotional health. And she was there providing services in Pasadena as a counselor, as a chaplain. And she knew that, and she saw it happening. Like people weren't receptive to like talking. They were frozen, they were shut down, they were just like in shock.
Yeah.
She started using the oils with them, and she was able to get them grounded and feel safe, and then they could talk. Like it's a great way of starting a session,
Mm.
especially if you're working with someone who's a little closed off, or they're not willing, or they're not ready, or it's just this wonderful way of being with people that it does the heavy lifting. That's
Yeah.
what I want to say. It does the heavy lifting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that I work with suicidal children, right?
Yeah, I got goosebumps. Me too. I
Yeah,
was working at a behavioral health center
yeah,
with kids who were just like out of the psych ward at UCLA, literally trying, they were treated for suicide, and then like we'd get them, like they'd come right across the street and be with
yeah,
us. And I
yeah.
would practice aroma yoga with them and
Mm,
TRE, and we always use the oils.
mm.
And giving people agency to choose an oil that they like to use also is a way of having people have, like, I'll say that word agency again, like they get to be part of their process with a choice. It's very
Empowering.
empowering. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
fun. Very fun.
really, really powerful because I work with uh, people from, the military, and
Yes.
they have quite a bit going on in memory wise.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. And also, the plants. not only have frequency and give that, but they have sound. And I use this little thing that they send me, the plant wave. So you can hook it up to your plants and you can hear the music that they make.
Oh, cool. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, and you can play it through your house. So I saw,
Ah, what
yeah,
is that? What's it called?
plant wave.
Plant wave.
And the guys are going to come to do a podcast with us. And actually, how much these plants communicate, because even though we dealing with the olfactory right now, and of course the emotional, the brain, all that, but they are producing a sound at the same time.
Hmm.
And that sound probably has a frequency, right? Look well if your oils that we're applying are like these, the frequency of the plant is saying, I love you. I
Hmm.
love
Yeah.
you.
Well, and that's how Young Living
You
started.
know?
And I still have the box with the frequencies, but the frequency people went like, no, that's our department.
Oh.
You can do that. You can smell it, but you can't hear whatever happened there. And it's all in perfect order. But I remember I have the frequencies for most stuff.
Oh, wow. That's
You
awesome.
can measure them anyway.
Mm.
But it's so much to these oils. It's so much in so many levels. You got a girl next to you that is moving around here, Cory, your little plant that you just say
Oh,
hello.
I know.
And she's alive, she's hearing, she's going, thank you for honoring my brothers and sisters, because we do have a world, right?
Mhm.
We do have a world. And growing up with shamans, and in the Amazon, we never cut things when we did the flower essence or the vines or whatever. We invited the spirit
Hmm.
because they do have spirit.
Hmm.
So,
Mhm.
so much that you get times million in one little bottle, because it takes a lot. It
Yeah.
takes a lot. And if people only knew the frankincense, the tree looks dead and it's in the middle of somewhere where they can kill you if you go there to make a little hole in the tree and get it's just their miracle. And when people said, oh, they're kind of expensive, I said, well, why don't you buy yourself maybe 30 frankincense trees, or go there and risk to be killed or whatever. It's so much that these people do and that they give us. If you go to a convention and you go to farms, it's just incredible. And Tracy have gone in the South American ones. They have them all over the place now, and they're just amazing what they're doing, empowering nations that, otherwise will be left behind. It's so much to it.
Mhm.
It's not just an oil. They're very giving. I mean, I had one time I remember asking Mary Young, and I said, I bought something and I got 10 times the money on gifts. And I said, how can you can do that? You don't lose money that way? She says, no, it's the amount, because they have massive amount and they can, she is genius at the business. And she's got that, and they have heart. It's so much more than a little bottle of oil.
I have a visual for you. So 75 lemons makes one bottle.
Oh, wow.
So it's super concentrated.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of plant material, and just what you're saying, Isabel, to go to the farm, to the farms and the distillery, and to appreciate what it takes to create a pure essential oil. It takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, and sustainability is where it's at. So
Yeah.
one of the things I love about Young Living is they want you to come see how it all happens. So being in the farm in Provence, they have a farm in Mona, Utah, up in Idaho, Idaho, not Idaho. Yeah.
Idaho. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
Idaho, right?
I remember him calling in the middle of the night because he worked 24/7. We were doing a project with the Peace Caravan,
Uh-huh.
and he called me in the middle of the night, and I hear this, wah, boom, bah. And I said, Gary, where are you? He's in Idaho at the farm. I got to do this at this time. It was in the middle of the night in the freezing cold.
Yeah. So they put a lot into it, and I'm very proud to be able to share
Me
this with
too.
y'all.
There's so much integrity, so much love, it's so much sharing. And I love the earth and the plants, how much they give. One bottle of rose takes hundreds of pounds of roses. I mean, and
Mhm.
I'm so grateful that you actually trusted us and supporting us, and because our journey is to empower, and to give back.
Mhm.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How you doing, Corey? Going
Good,
through that
good.
process?
I feel good. I feel calm. Like, if I go into the first memory that wasn't so great, I just feel overall like more calm about it.
Hmm.
Not it isn't like as an impactful feeling in my body. It feels softer.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
we want? Well, that's what we want, right?
And you could do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Like you
so
said,
beautiful.
yeah, doing it again. Thank you
Yeah, I
so much.
feel, yeah, reconciliation. That's what I feel. I learned the other day that forgiveness put us above the other person, and that it should be, and I grew up Buddhist too with my mom, but should be here. So reconciliation with that memory that it
Mhm.
was really painful at the time. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Well,
And
obviously, these oils have impacted your life, Tracy, and they've reshaped the direction of the impact that you do for the world. So,
Mm.
I really appreciate you being on here with us
mm,
and sharing your gift. We're going to put all of your links down in the info underneath when we put the podcast on YouTube. So, everything, if you need to get a hold of Tracy, her website, her socials, we'll have it all there for you so that you can check out Young Living Oils and what Tracy does specifically, right, Isabel?
and what we're gonna do, and the connection with the animal world, because she knows the location to Amanda of
Yeah,
what is needed. Yeah, that was genius yesterday.
maybe there's a whole new process that you could make
I
that
know.
is oils for the animals.
Oh yeah.
It's huge because they're holding the earth right now. They're here to represent.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and they're so kind and giving. And my little girl.
Mm.
Yeah, my baby girl that she's looking from above. And I never forget, Tracy, how much we've been through and how amazing we have hold our space for each other and so many circumstances. And that I never forget when Gary Young, when they grabbed my hands and he said, I believe in you. Whatever you do is always going to go well. And being in the podcast seems like you're like the emissary of that. And it brings tears to me because I love him so much. The belief that he had in me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So thank you, Tracy. Cheers.
Cheers. Believe, I believe.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time, my dear. Hopefully,
You.
we can have you back on here and you can share with us other things that you
The
do.
other one is amazing because I've done it with her. Yeah,
Okay. I
Yeah.
would love to.
really. Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Oh,
much.
and where they can get the book too.
It's going to
Okay.
be all below. I've already got it all. So
Take a picture with your color because we put the picture of the date in the banner.
can we just show the book, please? I want to show the book. It's behind Tracy.
Right.
This is her book, Aroma Yoga. Perfect. Thank you, my dear. Can you get that on Amazon, Can
Through
you?
me. I'm not an
Yes.
Amazon person.
Okay. So when I put the link to your website, it'll be
Yeah, you can
available
get it
there.
through Life Energy Institute.
I
Awesome.
don't, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect.
All
I don't
right.
know.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Take
Have a
All
good
care.
right.
day.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.